Hey guys, I'm Aleximo, and what if Pokemon the series Sun and Moon was a traveling series? Now, what do I mean by traveling series? So basically, the first 5 anime series for Pokemon were all traveling series. So in these series, Ash and his friends would travel around a region and take on the gyms, etc. But Sun and Moon and Journey switched up the formula where he was stationary, he stayed in one place, and he would travel, but he didn't travel around a region. He stayed in one spot and went to certain parts of that region whenever he needed to. So that's the difference between a traveling and a stationary series. Essentially, this video will be what if Pokemon Sun and Moon was more like Diamond and Pearl or X and Y. So I'll be making Sun and Moon a traveling series, so does that mean I'm gonna have Serena go to Alola and Ash brings Ash Greninja and it's Serena and Alola? No, that's not what I'm doing at all. The thing is that I actually really love the Sun and Moon anime series and I don't want to change it at all, so instead, in this video series, I'm gonna be creating another story, a traveling story through the Alola region that happens at the exact same time as the Sun and Moon anime series. I'm not rewriting Pokemon Sun and Moon at all. This is not a rewrite. This is an entirely different story that happens separately to the Sun and Moon anime we know and love. The 3 main characters from this story start their traveling on the same day as the day that Ash arrives in Alola, and travel the Alola region at the same time that Ash is in Pokemon school. You'll understand more what I mean as I go through with the video, so now I'm gonna officially start part 1, so I hope you enjoy. So let's start off this series on Melee Island, and this is where we're gonna meet our first main character being Selene, and Selene just moved to Melee Island from the Kanto region. Now, Selene has grown up with Pokemon, specifically her mother's Meowth, and she likes Pokemon and she thinks they're cool, but she doesn't really care for battling. She doesn't want to take on the Island Challenge. However, her mom was a battler back in her day, and really wants Selene to take on the Island Challenge. So Selene goes to meet with Hala to get her first Pokemon, and out of the 3 available, she decides to choose Popplio because she really likes it, and they have a bond. However, her mom is with them and decides to sign up Selene for the Island Challenge, even if Selene doesn't want to. Now, Selene doesn't want to be here, so she tells her mom that she's going to start her Island Challenge on Ula Ula Island. Now, she doesn't actually plan on doing the trials there, but she thinks if she'll go there, she'll be able to get away from her mom and pretend she's doing the Island Challenge. So let's backtrack to back when Selene was getting her first partner Pokemon, and while she was busy talking with Hala getting her partner Pokemon, let's see what was happening in Melee City at that time. And there is a young boy who lives in Melee City named ELIO. Now, ELIO has lived in Melee City for all of his life, and he has always dreamed of setting off on the Island Challenge and taking on all of the grand trials, and today might just be the day, because it's the day that Nanu is visiting the city. Nanu is supposed to come and give out starter Pokemon regularly, but he doesn't really care, and he only does it when Acerola bugs him to do it, and today is one of those days, so he comes and he gives out starter Pokemon to all the young trainers in the city. ELIO is so excited and he chooses Litten as his first ever partner Pokemon. They become best friends instantly, and then Nanu gives him an Island Challenge amulet and a Pokedex. And then ELIO asks if he can take on Nanu for a grand trial, and Nanu is lazy. He does not want to battle, so he just makes up a random requirement, and he tells that if ELIO, if he can get a couple Z crystals, then he will give ELIO the grand trial that he wants. ELIO decides he's gonna travel all over Ula Ula and starts in the Melee Garden. He walks in and sees a girl with a Popplio, and this girl throws her Island Challenge amulet into the water in the garden, and ELIO is furious. This Island Challenge amulet, this is something that he had waited for his whole life for, and this random girl just threw it into the water. He needed to confront her. ELIO approaches the girl. He is furious. He asks, why would she do that? Why would she take the Island Challenge amulet and get rid of it? Who would do that? Why would she do that to such a precious item? Selene is a bit taken aback by this random person coming up to her, but she explains that the island challenge just isn't for her. She never wanted to take it on, and she was given the amulet because it was forced to her by her mother. She explains this to ELIO, and ELIO starts to realize that he's in the wrong. ELIO apologizes and explains that when he was a kid, his mom told him stories about how people should always live and share with each other, how everyone should be equal and trust each other and be friends. And to be able to live and share with Selene, he wants to be able to let Selene do what she wants and not force anything onto Selene. He wants to be able to understand Selene and let Selene do what she wants. Selene accepts the apology, and she understands why ELIO was so mad because ELIO had always wanted to take on the island challenge. They then realize that while they were talking, their Poplio and Litten became really good friends, so Selene looks at their friendship, and since Selene doesn't have any plans for what she wants to do, she asks ELIO if she could come along with him. Now, she doesn't want to do the island challenge, but she's not opposed to watching someone else do it. And if she comes along with ELIO, that gives her a reason to not go back home to her mom, and it lets her Poplio have a friend. So ELIO accepts, and they decide to start traveling. Selene and ELIO, with their new quote-unquote friendship, are now traveling up Mount Hokulani because they think that maybe if they go to the top of this giant mountain, ELIO might be able to see somewhere with Z crystals, so they set up their camp. Suddenly, there's a wild LGM that comes out of basically nowhere and comes over to the campsite and starts attacking, so ELIO decides he's gonna battle it. So he sends out his Litten. So he has Litten use an Ember attack on the LGM, which hurts it pretty hard, so he then throws a Pokeball at the LGM, but LGM breaks out and teleports away. ELIO failed his catch, and he's kinda sad about it. So after that, they reach the peak and find an observatory where they meet Molayne, and they ask Molayne if he knows where they could find any Z crystals, but before Molayne can answer, something crazy happens. A giant hole rips through the sky, and everyone starts freaking out. Molayne starts to wonder, what if this is a threat? What if this is something that's gonna hurt them? So he wonders if maybe he should call one of his friends to come deal with it, but before they can, something comes out of the wormhole. There are two people riding on a legendary Pokemon that come out, and they come off of their ride Pokemon and start to talk with our group, and Molayne starts to interrogate them when he realizes they actually aren't a threat. ZOSSIE introduces herself as one of the members of the Ultra Recon Squad. She's from an entirely different world, and she's come to Alola to do some research. She explains that because of the totem Pokemon and the trials, there is a lot of Ultra Aura all over Alola, and she wants to research it for her friends. The man that was with her goes and leaves back into the wormhole, leaving ZOSSIE to take care of all of the research in the Alola region. Selene, ELIO, and ZOSSIE all decide to spend the night at the observatory so that they can go on their respective journeys in the morning. However, over the night, all of the Ultra energy from the wormhole earlier culminated, and it turned a Togedemaru into a Totem Togedemaru, and it was not used to its new size. It started breaking things, and it woke up our three main characters. Now ZOSSIE starts freaking out. She starts taking notes, she starts taking energy readings. This is the Ultra Aura that she has come here to research. But this Togedemaru is still a problem. It's breaking things all over the observatory, so ELIO decides he is going to battle it. He starts off with Ember, but Togedemaru is quick to react and puts up a spiky shield, and then counterattacks with Iron Head. ELIO commands Litten to use a scratch attack on Togedemaru, but Togedemaru puts up another spiky shield. How is ELIO gonna get around the spiky shield? He tries to think, and then Togedemaru launches a Zing Zap attack. This really hurts Litten. ELIO decides he has to finish this up soon, so he commands another Ember, but of course Togedemaru uses spiky shield. So while Togedemaru is shielded, there are quills all around it, but its face is still vulnerable. So he has Litten use another Ember attack and hit Togedemaru straight in the face, and this knocks Togedemaru back. Suddenly, Litten learns Fire Fang and goes in for the knockout blow. Togedemaru is down. It goes somewhere and comes back, and it has a Z crystal, a Steelinium Z, and it gives that to ELIO. ELIO has gained his first Z crystal. ZOSSIE then goes to talk to ELIO to congratulate him, but also to ask if she can come travel with him. If ELIO is going to be taking on trials, then if ZOSSIE comes, she'll be able to study all of the Ultra Energy. ELIO, of course, accepts. And with that, we have our main traveling group, and this is the end of part 1. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to stay tuned and subscribe because part 2 will be coming out pretty soon. And I am so excited to share it with you guys. This series is a blast to make, and I hope you enjoy every single part.